This episode of the All Day Show with No Budget with me, Jason Leong, is brought to you by people who want you to protect your family in case anything bad happens to you. Choi, 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 choi! They offer simple life insurance which guarantees a lump sum payout for your family to live on if you are no longer around. Check out Fi Life at www.fi.life. No need to listen to a sales pitch, just simple life insurance which you can buy online and get covered immediately. You can use my promo code JASON2020 and get 20% off your first year premiums. And for every successful sign up, I will receive a 10% affiliate fee which I will donate to charity. Protect yourself and do some good. We all win. Sounds like a good deal? Now on to the main video. Hey everyone, welcome to the All Day Show with No Budget with me, Jason Leong. Now there is a lot to talk about, but you know who shouldn't talk so much? The MP for Bintulu, Tiong King Seng. Now the gentleman has accused Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, our health DG, for being afraid to die and therefore not being on the ground to fight COVID-19 in Bintulu.
Jangan hantar saja doktor pergi, jururawat pergi. Oh, itu orang tak takut mati, tapi DG takut mati.
Now, I know I shouldn't make jokes about people's appearances, particularly since I'm not Mr. Handsome myself, but the first time I saw this guy's photo, I immediately thought of, doesn't he look like the Chinese version of Jabba the Hutt? Jabba the Fat. Just because he is not on the ground to fight doesn't mean he's not doing his job. That's what being a leader is. Do you think Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham has like an area of effect healing power or healing aura like in World of Warcraft? You think by him just being there, all the frontliners will get a buff to their abilities? Like all the frontliners get +5 healing power. It doesn't work that way. He is the dude in charge of directing other dudes. That's part of his job. It's called being a leader, being the Director General. Does the Honourable MP for Bintulu expect to see Ronald McDonald every time he orders a Big Mac? No man. If you want to see clowns at work, you should, look into your own office. There's one major clown right there. By the way, for the record, I don't really like it when people label stupid people as clowns because I actually know some actual clowns. It's a very sophisticated craft. You have to go to actual clowning school to be a clown. That's right, you have to be educated to be a clown, but to be a politician, you don't have to be educated, like most of our leaders are. Now, every year in Malaysia, there will be at least one news story about how there's a secret agenda to feed pork to Muslims. And this year is no different, just stupider. So recently, someone claimed on social media that Old Town is serving pork in their noodles. This caused a big uproar because Old Town is a Halal certified franchise. I got one question. If you have never had pork, how do you know what pork tastes like?
Ada babi ni menang getih dia bubuh ni. Daging babi. Tengok yang merah-merah ni tuan-tuan, ni daging babi ni tuan-tuan.
Oi, just because it's red doesn't mean it's pork. You know how stupid the definition is? Chicken can be red in color too. Ayam masak merah, and pork doesn't have to be red. Pork can be available in other colors. I might as well say fish and snakes don't have feet, therefore they're the same animal. Look, pork is more expensive than chicken. So if a business sells pork instead of chicken but sells it at the chicken price, it's losing business. That's bad business. And Chinese people don't like to lose money. I don't know how many times we need to say this, okay? On behalf of all the Chinese in Malaysia, let me clarify. Chinese people are not going to secretly give away pork. It's not like we have extra surplus pork lying around. Hey, you got extra pork, just put it in the noodles. Nobody does that. If you have extra pork, guess what? We'll eat it ourselves. So the authorities had to send the samples of the meat to a lab to test if it's really pork. You don't need all this kind of sophisticated tests, okay? Just taste the pork. I'm not saying you should taste it. Just give the pork to some Chinese auntie at a char siu shop. And then she'll tell you, yeah, this is pork. Why waste all that money? What the pork? Why waste all that money on shooting another episode of CSI Halal? Imagine if Malaysians reacted this way towards corruption. According to our finance minister and man cycling away from his conscience, if budget 2021 is not passed, then we cannot pay the salaries of our frontliners. This is like the worst kind of parenting. If you don't agree with what I can do with your savings, I'm going to burn our house down. Don't try and hold the frontliners hostage and play them as your political pawns. At the end of the day, it's actually your job that's being held hostage, because if Budget 2021 is not passed, that is tantamount to a vote of no confidence towards the Prime Minister. No Prime Minister, Cabinet is dissolved, and you lose your job as Finance Minister. It is really that simple. So why are you so anxious? Is it because politically you...
Takut mati.
In international news, fans want Amber Heard to be fired from Aquaman 2 because of abuse allegations against the internet idol and superstar Johnny Depp. And to make matters more complicated, Johnny Depp had to resign from his role as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Never has a guy lost his job because of his wife's shitty behavior. Well, except this guy. Here's what I want everyone to know. Captain Jack Sorrow has left the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Amber Heard may leave Aquaman 2, but at the end of the day, two important things remain. Number one, domestic abuse is a serious problem. Most victims are women, but some victims are men also. It's important we listen to all victims. And number two, Fantastic Beasts and Aquaman are both shitty movie franchises. If you put back Johnny Depp or take out Amber Heard, I will still not watch those shitty movies. Recently, an independent think tank, EMIR Research, published a survey in which they found that 65% of Malaysians prefer Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin as our Prime Minister. Oh wow, that's surprising. I thought a lot of people didn't like this backdoor Prime Minister. But since it's an independent think tank, it has to be independent, right? So let's see who is the CEO of this think tank. And it's Rais Hussein. Come on man, if you're a think tank, at least don't make it so obvious you're trying to be the wingman of the PM. Yo girl, let me show you why you should date my buddy over here. Here are some graphs and charts. Let me show you my PowerPoint. It's so weird that these people at AML are trying so hard to paint the PM as popular even though he was not technically voted into the job. This is like when your friend lost the 100-meter dash, but then he told you that when he was training, he was actually faster. Who gives a damn? In fact, I'm going to do my own survey. The current government is not doing a good job, doing a bad job, totally or all of the above. This is a totally independent and unbiased survey. Also, it is alluded in this survey that the Chinese prefer UMNO than DAP. It's true. It's actually in the survey. Aduh, I can't believe it, man. I mean, they are writing the jokes for me, you know. You understand? I mean, people say I should hire a writer, but who cares? These leaders are writing the jokes for me. I don't know, man. People say I should write better jokes, but how can I write better jokes than these actual leaders? They actually want us to believe that that's what they say in the survey. We record after this. Rais Hussein. Prefer UMNO than DAP, really. Okay, let's continue. Al Jazeera has released a new documentary featuring the 1MDB fugitive Jho Low, Malaysia's most wanted Malaysian.
And the man who stole billions claimed he was struggling.
To be honest, it's a very different situation for my things.
Here is the biggest scandal. Why didn't they cast me? Hello, number one, I look exactly like the guy. And number two, I'm involved in a lot of financial fraud. I always hide my chicken under a pile of rice and vegetables at the Chat Fan stall or the Nasi Kandar restaurant, and I always get away with not paying for my chicken. Experience. 1MDB, chicken, same thing. Also, I can act. Here is me being angry. Here is me being sad. Here is me being horny. And here is me after reading a survey that says that the Chinese prefer UMNO than DAP. Now, I don't just accept any brands who want to sponsor the All Day Show with no budget. I work really hard on the show, and I want to think that my show has some premium quality to it. And this brand, 5Life, offers simple life insurance, which is important to me personally because as a 35-year-old, married with one daughter, life insurance means a lot. I always wonder what will happen if one day I'm no longer around. How will my family survive? Life is very uncertain. You may never know when you get struck in an accident or struck low with illness. I know, once again, choy. But we must always be prepared for the uncertainties of our times. If you have life insurance, when you pass on, your family will get a lump sum to live on financially. Your children's education can continue, and life for your family can go on even when you're not around. Isn't that the best farewell present you can give to your family? The people at Fire Life, they provide simple life insurance. It is not linked to any investments like unit trust. Very mafan. So, fight it lah. Go to Fire Life at www.fire.life and get covered today. Once again, use my promo code JASON2020 and get a 20% discount off your first year premiums. And for every successful sign up, I will get a 10% affiliate fee, which I will donate to charity. Thank you very much for your support. Bye-bye.